Namaskar. Welcome in online learning process. Myself, Mrs. Rekha Sagar from Bitco Junior College. Today we will discuss about theorem of parallel axis, theorem of perpendicular axis, and rotational kinetic energy, angular momentum, and torque. Theorem of parallel axis. See first its statement. Read it carefully. It is nothing but moment of inertia of any rigid body about any axis is equal to sum of its moment of inertia about parallel axis passing through center of mass and product of mass and square of the distance between two axes. I will explain this in mathematical form. For this, see significance of this IO is moment of inertia about any axis. ICM is moment of inertia about an axis which is passing through point of center of mass. This M is mass of the object and H is perpendicular distance between two axes. Now using diagram I will explain this. Imagine this is that body whose moment of inertia we have to find out about this axis. Mass of this body is capital M. Imagine this is one axis which is passing through any point about which we have to find out moment of inertia. Second one, this is the axis which is passing through point of center of mass. Here this CM indicates it is point of center of mass and H is perpendicular distance between these two axes. Then see once again this statement, moment of inertia about any axis is equal to sum of moment of inertia about an axis which is passing through center of mass and product of mass and square of the distance between two axes. From mathematical form, if you will remember this, then it is very easy to remember and to write down. Now read carefully what is this statement. Once again, see moment of inertia of rigid body about any axis, this is IO, is equal to sum of, see this is sum of moment of inertia about parallel axis passing through center of mass means IC and product of कोणाचा mass and square of the perpendicular distance between them. So simple. Now you have to remember this. Proof of this. For this purpose, see this diagram which is drawn here. We have to imagine this is one object whose mass is capital M. This IO is moment of inertia about an axis which is passing through this O point. IC is moment of inertia about an axis which is passing through point of center of mass, and H is perpendicular distance between these two parallel axes. One more point, at this D, imagine the small element whose mass dm is located, and through this point P we have to draw perpendicular on extended line which is meeting at point N. Like this you will explain the description here. The things which I just told you, you have to write it here. So this is supposed to be description or explanation. Steps in this, once again same figure, and in this we can write down this first step. This IO is moment of inertia about an axis which is passing through this O point. By definition of this, it is integration of dO square. This is point D and this is O. So square of this distance into mass, that is dm. By definition, we wrote here first step. Further, see this OND, it is right angle triangle. So we can write down this is nothing but dn square plus no square, means square of this side plus square of this side. This dm is as it is. You wrote it. You are doing with me or not? करताय ना माझ्या बरोबर? हां, ठीक आहे. मग आता पुढे बघा आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे. See here what I did. This NO, it is replaced by, means this is point N, this is point O. It is sum of these two distances, this distance plus this distance. That's why it is NC plus CO. just it is replaced. Next to this मग काय कराल बघा बरं आता, we have to expand this bracket, a plus b bracket square, that is a square plus twice ab plus b square. Using this first step is as it is, and here this is the expansion of this bracket. Clear? पुढे काय होतंय बघा बरं, see this dn square plus nc square means which one, this dn square plus nc square, this one is nothing but again from right angle triangle. This is the third side which is nothing but, what is this side, काय म्हणाल तुम्ही तिला, बोला, dc square. This is the value of that dc square. म्हणजे फॉर these टू, ह्या दोघांसाठी आपण काय रिप्लेस केलं, dc square. कशामुळे लक्षात आलं, using the property of right angle triangle. Remaining terms are as it is. Next to this मग आता पुढे काय करणार बघा आपण, we have to separate this integration since here plus sign is there. Just separate it. I have separated here, means we have to find out integration of each with respect to dm. Next to this मग आता बघा काय केलंय, here this co is nothing but, what is distance between these two, it is nothing but h. So this h is substituted here, 2 and h, it is out of this sign, and here again co is h but square of this, that's why it is also substituted and it is taken outside this sign. Next to this आता बघा काय, this is according to what, dc square dm, what you will say about this, this is the d point, this is the c point, means dc square into mass. This indicates it is the moment of inertia about this axis, that's why it is IC. Further, this h square is as it is, and integration of dm, that is total mass, though this is capital M, and this h square is as it is. But what about this term, 2h into integration of nc dm? This term will be 0 because this point C is center of mass, means algebraic sum of all moment about this point of center of mass is 0. Using this we can write down this term as 0. This value will be 0. Here it is capital M and here it is IC, and left hand side is IO. बघा बरं झालं का प्रूफ, काय काय केलं बघा, कोणती कोणती कन्सेप्ट वापरली, राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल मेनली अकॉर्डिंग टू पायथागोरस. ठीक आहे, बघा बरं स्टेप्स वन बाय वन आले लक्षात, होप सो आला असेल, अवघड नाही आहे, करून पाहिल्याशिवाय येणार नाही. दीज आर द मॅथमॅटिकल स्टेप्स. Theorem of perpendicular axis. Once again in mathematical form we have to remember Iz is moment of inertia about this z axis, Ix is moment of inertia about this x axis, and Iy is moment of inertia about y axis. One more point, the z axis is perpendicular to this x and y plane. क्लिअर झालं. मग आता काय इमेजिन करायचे बघा, in x and y plane we have to keep one laminar body. I will explain it here. This is three-dimensional. This is x axis, this one is y axis, and this is z axis, and all three are meeting at this particular point, but the z axis is perpendicular to x and y. In this xy plane what we have to do, we kept this laminar body in XY प्लेन, असा त्याचा अर्थ आहे. क्लिअर झालं का आता बघा. मग आता स्टेटमेंट खूप सिंपल आहे, मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया अबाउट झेड ॲक्सिस, बरोबर आहे, विच इज परपेंडिक्युलर टू द प्लेन, इज इक्वल टू सम ऑफ मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया अबाउट टू म्युच्युअली परपेंडिक्युलर ॲक्सिस, दॅट इज एक्स अँड वाय, इन इट्स प्लेन वेअर ऑल थ्री ॲक्सिस बीइंग कॉन्करंट. म्हणजे प्रत्येकाचा सिग्निफिकन्स सांगायचं आणि स्टेट करायचं. मग करा तुमच्या पद्धतीने. मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया अबाउट झेड ॲक्सिस इज इक्वल टू सम ऑफ मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया अबाउट टू म्युच्युअली परपेंडिक्युलर ॲक्सिस इन द प्लेन ऑफ लॅमिना वेअर ऑल थ्री ॲक्सिस बीइंग कॉन्करंट. सिम्पल आहे, मला वाटतं फिगरवरून लक्षात आलं असेल. For this, again we have to show here Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. For this purpose, you have to draw this diagram. चला सुरू करा ड्रॉ. माझ्याबरोबर ड्रॉ करा. Show x, y, z axis. Then in xy plane, you have to keep one laminar body. Then consider this point P at which small element whose mass is dm. From this point P, draw perpendicular on x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Then show this distance OM is equal to x, or this NP is also x. Then this distance y, this is also y, and last OP is r. दाखवले का हे सगळे distances. The diagram we have drawn here. Now description is very simple. Now describe it. बघा बरं काय काय लिहिलं description मध्ये मग. जे आपण इथे केलं ते सगळं description मध्ये लिहिलं. One more point you have to indicate. Ix, Iy and Iz. These are moment of inertia about x, y and z axis respectively. झालं description. Now mathematical steps. From figure what we can say, this r square is equal to x square plus y square. So write it here. R square is equal to x square plus y square. Name this is suppose equation number 1. Further, Iz as per definition it is integration of square of certain distance and mass. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे product of these two. R square म्हणजे square of the distance from this element to the z axis is r. Square of it and mass is nothing but dm. So this step is very simple. आता हे डेफिनेशन वरून लक्षातच यायला पाहिजे. ठीक आहे. पुढे काय करायचं बघा बरं. यू हॅव टू रिप्लेस दिस आर स्क्वेअर. मग आपण आर स्क्वेअर रिप्लेस करूया. डू इट युअर सेल्फ. लिहिलं का तुम्ही. फ्रॉम इक्वेशन नंबर 1 लिहिलं. पुढे काय करायचं आहे बघा. दिस इज प्लस साईन. सेपरेट इट. केलं सेपरेट. झालं. आता पुढे काय बघा बरं. अकॉर्डिंग टू डेफिनेशन ऑफ एम आय, दिस इज मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया अबाउट विच ॲक्सिस, स्क्वेअर ऑफ सर्टन डिस्टन्स अँड मास, प्रॉडक्ट ऑफ दिस टू. बघा बरं. एक्स स्क्वेअर म्हणजे कोणतं डिस्टन्स, हे म्हणजे कुठल्या ॲक्सिसपासून आहे, वाय ॲक्सिसपासून. बरोबर ना. लक्षात आलं. म्हणून मग बघा बरं हा आय वाय होईल की नाही, होईल. हां, आता मला वाटतं हे यायला पाहिजे. दिस इज आय वाय. मग याला काय म्हणाल तुम्ही, प्रॉडक्ट ऑफ कोणाचा, स्क्वेअर ऑफ सर्टन डिस्टन्स आणि मास. बघा बरं वाय स्क्वेअर म्हणजे कुठून कुठलं डिस्टन्स आहे, या पार्टिकलपासून आहे का एक्सपर्यंतचं डिस्टन्स. बरोबर आहे ना. म्हणून वाय स्क्वेअर डी एम. क्लिअर झालं. मग याला आपण आय एक्स म्हणणार. अगदी सिम्पल आहे. इमॅजिन करून बघा, प्रत्यक्ष करून बघा, येईल तुम्हाला. किती स्टेप्समध्ये झालं बघा बरं हे डेरिवेशन. विदिन 3-4 steps. Now see here moment of inertia of some body. This first body which is shape of this body is as shown. It is rotating about this axis and the formula is here. Then next to this is a ring. Its moment of inertia is written here. This is disc. This is hollow sphere. This is solid sphere. Or here rod. Though mass, shape, size is same, position of the axis of rotation is changed. Here it is passing through center, while here it is passing through one end. Then moment of inertia changes as position of axis of rotation is changed. And you can find out these using principle of parallel axis or perpendicular axis. Now we will solve some problems, then you will have more clear idea about this. See, some more formulas are also shown here. Too many formulas are there. You have to remember these formulas. Speak out regularly in the rhythmic form. Got it? Now let us derive formula for kinetic energy of rotating body. In the very first lecture we discussed about these formulas. This is kinetic energy in translational motion, and by analogy we wrote it as 1/2 I omega square is kinetic energy in rotational motion. Now we have to find out formula, this 1/2 I omega square. For this purpose, now see, this is the situation. Any shaped and sized body is shown here. Draw yourself also. Then this body is rotating about this axis which is passing through O with constant angular velocity omega. Now we have to imagine at this particular position, first particle whose mass is m1, it is at a distance r1 from axis of rotation. Similarly, m2, it is at a distance r2 and up to mn, here m3 and mn respectively from axis of rotation. Then first particle whose linear velocity is v1, which is along tangent in this direction. Linear velocity of second is along this direction, which is v2, like this v3 and vn. The way in which we have drawn this diagram, you have to describe it. And while writing description, you have to remember all these points must be included there. Now to find out kinetic energy of this rotating body, we have to find out kinetic energy of first, kinetic energy of second, similarly kinetic energy of nth. And then by taking sum, we can find out total kinetic energy. This equation, what we have to do? We have to once again consider same diagram. And here we have to find out kinetic energy of each particle from first to n. Then we have to take sum of all these kinetic energies, and this sum is nothing but total kinetic energy of the rotating body. This is our theme. Now for this purpose, we have to find out kinetic energy of first particle. This is the formula, 1/2 mv square, and for first particle, that's why m1 and v1. Further, we have relation between v and omega. What is that relation? V is equal to r omega. So for this v1, we have to substitute r1 omega, and since square of this r1 square omega square, omega 1 you will not write because it is rotating with constant angular velocity. Similarly, you can find out kinetic energy for second and kinetic energy of nth particle. This is the kinetic energy of nth particle, which is 1/2 mn rn square omega square. Next to this, we have to take sum of all these. That's why this is the total kinetic energy of the rotating body, which is sum of kinetic energies of all. So I have written here. Next to this, substitute values of kinetic energy of first and kinetic energy of nth particle from equation number 1 and equation number 2. Imagine this is supposed to be 1, this is supposed to be 2. So replace it. I got this relation. Yes or no? Now hereafter we have to take 1/2 and omega square as a common factor. Do this. करताय ना तुम्ही पण? बघा मग 1/2 and omega square is taken as a common. Now what is in the bracket? बघा bracket मध्ये काय? m1 r1 square up to mn rn square, and I think you must remember this is the definition of moment of inertia. Means actually this is in mathematical form. So this bracket is replaced by summation. This omega square and half is as it is. And we know this bracket is nothing but formula for moment of inertia. That's why it is I. And final formula is 1/2 I omega square. Within 4-5 steps, we got this. Let us discuss about angular momentum. Again, we discussed about this quantity P is linear momentum, which is product of mass and velocity, and by analogy we wrote L is the angular momentum, which is nothing but product of I and omega. Now we have to obtain this formula, that is derivation for this angular momentum. For this purpose, once again same diagram to that of previous one, only in the previous diagram here V1 or V2 or V3 is shown. Instead of this, see what is shown here, P1, P2 and Pn, like this. म्हणजे linear velocity च्या ऐवजी आपल्याला दाखवायचे directions of linear momentum. एवढाच फक्त आधीच्या फिगर मध्ये आणि या फिगर मध्ये बदल आहे. But once again we have to describe this. That's why let us consider this body which is as shown. It is rotating about this axis which is passing through O with constant angular velocity omega. M1 is particle which is at a distance r1, m2 is at a distance r2, like this. mn, it is at a distance rn from axis of rotation. Then p1 is linear momentum of first particle, p2 is linear momentum of second particle, like this. Pn is linear momentum of nth particle. Here also we have to write down description as per this diagram, the way in which we have drawn this. सगळं इथे व्यवस्थित लिहून टाकायचं आहे. लिहिलंय सगळ्यांनी? ओके. मग आता ॲक्च्युअल स्टेप्स. See derivation part of this angular momentum. Diagram just we explained about this. Here also we have to find out angular momentum of each particle. First particle, second particle, like this nth particle. And by taking sum, we can find out total angular momentum of this rotating body. For this purpose, let us consider L1 is angular momentum of first particle, and we have this formula, angular momentum is nothing but r into p. क्लिअर? हे आपण पहिल्याच लेक्चरला बघितलेलं आहे, त्यामुळे आता लक्षातच राहायला पाहिजे. अँड इमॅजिन इफ यू आर नॉट रिमेंबरिंग दिस, देन हिअर यू विल रिमेंबर दिस इज r1 अँड दिस इज p1. म्हणजे हे असं दोघांचं मल्टिप्लिकेशन घ्यायचं असं लक्षात ठेवलं तरी चालेल. सो r1 p1 इज द formula for angular momentum. Further, we have to replace this p. P is nothing but mv. That's why m1 v1. Next to this, v is nothing but r omega. That's why r1 omega. And on simplifying, we are getting this m1 r1 square omega. म्हणजे कोणते कोणते इक्वेशन्स बघितले बघा आपण. L is equal to rp, p is equal to mv, and v is equal to r omega. म्हणजे विदाउट फॉर्म्युला काहीही शक्य नाही, हे तुम्हाला रिअलाइज झालं असेल आता. ठीक आहे. सिमिलरली यू हॅव टू राईट डाऊन फॉर्म्युला फॉर अँग्युलर मोमेंटम ऑफ nth पार्टिकल. लिहा बरं, मी नाही दाखवते, 1-2 मिनटं. झालं का लिहून असंच? ओके. सी दिस इज अँग्युलर मोमेंटम ऑफ ln इज rn pn, फर्दर pn इज mn vn, फर्दर vn इज rn omega, and finally this one. ठीक है. Here again it is rotating with constant angular velocity, that's why omega 1 omega 2 असं लिहायचं नाही. Next to this we have to take sum of all these, that's why total angular momentum is sum of all. मग पुढे काय करायचं आहे? Replace L1 L2 by formula number 1. Let us this is named first equation, this is second equation. Substitute. चला करा substitute. केलं का? Okay. After substituting this, I have written here like this. पुढे काय करायचं मग आता? ओमेगा इज कॉमन 1. मग हा ओमेगा आपल्याला कॉमन घ्यायचा आहे. चला घ्या बरं. सी व्हॉट इज इन ब्रॅकेट अँड ओमेगा इज कॉमन फॅक्टर. आता दिस इज मॅथमॅटिकल फॉर्म ऑफ मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया. लक्षात आलं ना? हां, मग आता त्यालाच आपण म्हणणार समेशन. आय फ्रॉम 1 to n mir स्क्वेअर. ओमेगा इज ॲज इट इज. And next to this, यालाच आपण काय म्हणतो? I, moment of inertia. That's why this is the required formula. किती सिंपल आहे बघा. अगदी पटकन होतंय. फक्त फॉर्म्युले मात्र पाठ पाहिजेत. See, these are questions for homework. Do it very seriously. I think all questions we discussed. Do it. Thanks for watching this. Thank you very much. Bye.